and welcome to another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews. It is a beautiful, cool, snowy day out here at the range. I'm the only guy here, which is the best time to come out to the range and film, so thank you for joining me. What I have today is kind of another unique Charter Arms pistol. I always watch out for Charter Arms pistols, especially the 6-digit serial number ones or the 5-digit serial number ones, because I know that they're older models. This one I had actually seen on a website from a gun shop that I don't frequent very often. Guardian Arms. It's in Westboro, Massachusetts. If you guys ever get a chance, check them out. And I thought it was a Charter Arms undercover, and I didn't really pay it any attention because I already have like 3 blued undercovers. But when I looked at it a little bit closer, it says Charter Arms 38 Special Police Bulldog. Now, what the Police Bulldog is the Bulldog frame with a heavier barrel with a 6-shot 38 Special cylinder. So this is basically the same thing that you would see with a Colt Detective Special. It's like a J-frame size revolver with a 6-shot cylinder. This one has an aluminum grip frame with a steel frame and a steel barrel, and it has the bobbed hammer because it's the Bulldog. So this was unique enough and uncommon enough that I had to have it. It was a fantastic price. I paid $249 for it out the door, and it's just, I can't pass up a good classic Charter Arms revolver. This is, I think, around a 1984 model. They didn't make these for that many years. I have some 148 grain lead wad cutters, and I'm just going to do some plinking here. I just dumped my rounds in the snow. I forgot I reload 38 Special. So I can't dump my rounds in the snow anymore. Now, I'm shooting at some steel targets. One of them set up at about 10 or 12 yards. One of them set up at about 10 yards. So roughly 30 feet and 32 or 36 feet, something like that. That's what I'm shooting at. Again, I started out with some 148 grain wad cutters. I'm going to switch over to some 158 grain lead round nose. So half of this cylinder is going to be the wad cutters, and half of this cylinder is going to be the 158 grain lead round nose. Now, shooting heavy loads out of this is not very pleasant. The trigger guard on Charter Arms revolvers tend to dig into my trigger finger after a little while. That target, again, is at about 10 yards, so 30 feet away. And for those who say a short snub-nosed 2-inch barrel you can't hit targets with, watch this. Again, 10 yards, 30 feet, and I got another one set up over there. Now, anybody that's been around my channel for any length of time knows that I love Charter Arms revolvers. I love their revolvers for a few reasons. One, because they're in a not-so-gun-friendly state. Charter Arms has been based out of Connecticut since they started in 1964. They've moved around to a couple of different locations over the years. That's one reason I like them, that they still maintain their factory and their production in the same state where they started. Connecticut has tons of history of firearms. Colt was in Connecticut. High Standard was in Connecticut. There's a lot of gun companies that were in Connecticut. Charter Arms has maintained building their guns in Connecticut over the years. Second reason I love Charter Arms revolvers, all they make is revolvers. They made the AR-7 survival rifle for a while. They made another pistol based on the AR-7 survival rifle, but right now, all Charter Arms revolvers is all they make. And it's really cool that in the environment today of all the, polymer striker fired handguns that are out there, Charter Arms is still able to maintain a pretty decent quality handgun, and it's still made in the USA in Connecticut. So all revolvers, they have all kinds of unique stuff. They're the only left-handed revolver. They were the company that came out with the hammer block safety, or the transfer bar safety. Doug McClanahan, when he started the company, he had all kinds of pioneering ideas that worked out really well. So I love the history behind the company. I love that they're still based in Connecticut. They're affordable, and they only make revolvers, even in today's environment. So this is an older one. I do like the older ones better than the new manufacturer. I just think the quality control was a lot better. The bluing was better, and I like the finishes better. And this is a fine example of that. So I put the Bulldog grips on it. It had rubber grips on it when I got it. But again, it's just another great revolver. So thanks again for joining me on another edition of Cranky Gun Reviews and another revolver made by Charter Arms. Again, this is the Police Bulldog in 38 Special. It has a heavy barrel, has a ramp front sight on it that's been painted red, has the bobbed hammer, and I put the Bulldog grips on it. It's a 6-shot 38 Special revolver. I would put this up against the Colt Detective Special or a J-frame any day of the week. I love Charter Arms revolvers. Thanks again. Have a great day. God bless America. Support your 2A rights. And remember, if someone asks you to give up some of your freedom for the greater good, remind them that freedom is always the greater good.